Jason, it hit like 99 degrees today.
I think it was 100. Them triple digits, yo.
Do you think Greg Abbott's going to turn our power off again?
Him or Urquhart, one of the two.
Like they did in the Snowmageddon?
Like they're going to do in the Heatmageddon?
Well, as we die, we should pass the time with another YouTube video.
Sounds fantastic.
Problem is, I don't think I've watched anything worth talking about.
No,
So, I interrupted you.
I mean, I was talking when you were talking, so we're both at fault. I mean, if anything, it's mostly me.
The heat's getting to me. Clearly, I'm interrupting my best friend.
Heat's getting to both of us.
You know what we should not do for a YouTube video?
What shouldn't we do for a YouTube video?
We should not stand outside and yell.
You're struggling for words. Clearly the heat has gotten to you. Why don't we just review garbage?
But I don't have any garbage at my house. I have a bunch of treasure.
And I've got a bunch of trash. Delightful.
Welcome to Treasure or Trash. Today, I found this rake on the side of the road. Is it treasure or is it trash? Of course, trying to prove a point, I'm destroying my yard. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and spoiler alert. It's trash. Don't pick up a rake you find on the side of the road ever. It's not going to do you any good. It's just going to break.
To help us with today's presentation, we have a new tool.
A new tool?
A stool tool!
Okay, I think I'm good. Yes, Jason! A stool tool! So to help us out on this inaugural episode of Treasure or Trash, I would like to introduce our new host, the Treasure or Trash Observational Stool.
Ta-da!
It will display... Oh, ta-da!
Wait, together.
Ta-da! It will display anything and everything that...
Fits on the stool.
How about that?
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Trevor.
And I'm Jason. And we
Like...
what
we...
like.
Glorious! Observational stool. What do we have to show today? Wow!
I know.
It's the very rake that broke in the intro.
I know. How easy does it break?
I mean, you saw the video. You filmed the video. It
Yeah, but it didn't break very easy. Just grab the other end of it, man.
Oh, we're going to demonstrate. Yeah, so that's all for the rake.
Is it treasure? Is it treasure?
Actually, yeah, this thing is kind of treasure. Rake teeth last for 20 years. Could probably save the rake if I put a screw in the head.
This was the worst piece of trash we had, and it's like fixable. Like it's legitimately fixable. So is it treasure?
I mean, the wood's strong.
Honey? Yeah, not at nothing.
So,
This is an oddly stable.
this thing is not... Should you pick up a rake off the side of the road that's fixable and fix it? I don't know. How badly do you need a rake? Are you handy?
I'm pretty handy.
If you can fix it, it ain't broke. Next. Boy, that went well.
It went delightful.
I am super delighted. Just like watching WWE, I am sports entertained. Raking is a sport. So, Jason,
Yes.
when you're doing sports good, what do you like to do to show people that you do sports good?
Record it with an action camera?
Yes, you do.
Next on Treasure or Trash, we have...
Hold on. I want to interrupt you. Our host, he forgot proper etiquette and was not using a coaster. As he's magically warping our items in here.
Did you put that in your pocket for that joke? Like half an hour ago when we came in this room? Next on Treasure or Trash, we have the Data Toys AV-HD Ultimate Digital Video System. Complete with manual. So what did you think of this camera?
It works.
It works.
Hey.
It is literally 13. It is 13 years old, and it still works.
How much was it?
It was like $500 in 2008.
This was before GoPro.
I believe GoPro was actually already in business, but it was before they were ubiquitous. I'd certainly never heard of them at the time. And so apparently it's primarily used for helicopters, or was back in 2008, and it was, according to my father who purchased it, rather top of the line.
Yeah, this is like a shopping network.
Yeah.
Only I'm not a cute old lady trying to sell you China. I could be though.
You're an ugly old lady trying to sell Tibet.
Tibet? Oh. My initial impressions of this camera is that it's 13 years old and it's sticky.
Yeah, it was a little sticky. The rubber degraded.
Rubber in a plastic bag degrades.
So would you use this camera today?
Not really. We are going to use it actually.
We are?
Yeah, dude, it's an extra. I mean, do you want to buy another GoPro?
No, not really.
Yeah, and that's basically a free, horrible quality GoPro, as the B footage is probably showing.
Yeah.
It has a microphone on it. I will play some microphone from it right here. Cool. It's amazing. Nowadays, they can put that inside an iPhone. Yeah, well.
It is not good. Honestly, the clarity, I mean, it shoots in 1080p, so clarity is pretty good. But the color gradient is just, like, the colors are awful.
Super washed out.
And talking to my dad, he was like, well, there's got to be a setting for that. And I think that's really what's, even though the resolution, I mean, obviously the resolution's gotten better, but the usable resolution is about the same. I think what the main difference is that back in the day, you had to go back and fix the colors in post, whereas modern GoPros, the color is good from the get-go.
When you take this cover off, it's like you're going to rip the whole lens off. It's awesome.
So you know how you were mentioning that it's got WGVA or WVGA? What WVGA is, instead of 1080, it's 848 at 60 FPS.
Do tell.
Instead of 1080p, or WVGA is 848 by 460 at 60 FPS. So, I honestly kind of want to stick this on my motorcycle because it would be, if it's plug and play and it just, I'm disappointed in you for doing that, but I'm even more disappointed in myself for doing that several days ago.
I didn't touch my lips.
That's fine. So, do you think this is treasure or trash?
It works, and we're going to get some use out of it. Honestly, if I found it on the side of the road, I'd be like, cool, a camera.
Yeah, no, I'd be pretty excited to find this on the...
Oh no, I dropped it. Hope I didn't break it.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it treasure, but it's certainly much better than trash. We're probably going to use it for something, and it's pretty cool. And it's a camera that shoots in 1080p that I got for free. So treasure or trash?
I like it.
I like it too.
So it's treasure to me.
It's treasure to me too.
Because I don't want to break it. I don't get it. Oops.
I fucking hate you. Now for some exciting footage from the field. Cars move us. They take us to work. They take us to school, to get groceries, to see family and friends. To many, they're an indispensable part of our daily lives that we can't imagine life without. but they're more than just tools that we use to transport ourselves. They're a part of our culture, and they're even tied to our sense of freedom and self-reliance. Cars move us.
Give me that. Get out of here. No car is about to be more ubiquitous than the electric car. You know, Teslas are taking off. Ford's got their electric Mustang, the Lightning. There's all sorts of trucks and memes out there. Electric cars are going to be replacing internal combustion engines. This is just a fact of life. You can run tools with them. They don't pollute the air as much, so they say. You know, lithium batteries will help you die faster in a car wreck. It's a beautiful thing. Electric cars have, though, been around for quite some time. Matter of fact, BMW prototyped an electric car in 2017. They partnered with a massive manufacturer to create a electric car of sorts that has a 40,000 RPM motor, runs off of one of the strongest DC lead acid batteries you can find, and only has one motor. Let me ask the question. When is a car not a car? Is it not a car if you can't pick up groceries in it? Is it not a car if you can't pick up your child's grandma and drop her off at batting practice to cheer on the team for missing all their balls? Is a car not a car if you can't fit in it? On today's Virgin episode of Treasure or Trash, we're going to answer these questions and more, or less. But it's going to be entertaining, I can guarantee you. As we present the pride of Bavaria, and I'm not talking about chocolate, the pinnacle of German engineering. It's not a tank, unfortunately. I would love to get a tank out here. We have something a little more practical than a tank, but maybe not. But it's the 2017 BMW X5. The BMW X5M. It's got an M badge in here. It's not the performance one. I think it stands for mini.
Did we mention the M stood for... Did we mention the M stood for many? Wasn't that exciting? Too bad we can't fit it on our treasure or trash observational stool.
Holy fucking shit. Wait, okay, hold on. We're going to have a talk about proper coaster use here. You piece of junk stool.
I think that I actually made it more unstable. That's better.
It's to protect the wood.
That's fair.
We want our host to have a long life. Jason.
That's fair.
The BMW X5. Let's talk about the design first. Because you got to talk about looks. You know, automobiles are a thing. They're an accessory. They're a fashion item. You know, you don't want to pull up to Buc-ee's in a Ford Pinto.
Yeah, no, I'd love to roll up into Buc-ee's with my balls just ever so gently tucked beneath the steering wheel, with my legs on hanging out of the top, reaching around my buttocks, hitting the gas. I mean, it was the most stylish way to pull up to Buc-ee's I've ever seen.
It looked uncomfortable to me, but it was driving him nuts.
And how?
Power Wheels have been around for a very long time.
It's not even Power Wheels. It's
not?
Yeah.
Oh, I did my research before this segment.
Role play. It was called role play.
Role play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hats off to Role Play and BMW for making such a fine collaborative vehicle. We keep looking at it because it's right there. We don't want to move it past the cameras or anything and risk moving the cameras more than they've probably been moved. So the motor really does go to 40,000 RPMs.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
And replacement motors cost $50.
They're $50?
I think so. Like they're really...
The transmissions were 10, weren't they?
Yeah, there's a plastic transmission.
Fully plastic transmission.
That's
cutting edge technology,
which,
if I know.
So I remember, Jason, we were testing out its usefulness as a stunt vehicle.
Yes.
And while we were testing out the usefulness as a stunt vehicle, and we captured some very sick footage, the entire time that thing was driving, I kept hearing the transmission Yeah, it was grinding, and I know you can grind automatic transmissions, but apparently you can. Although it's not really automatic, it's just kind of a forward or reverse gear. That gear, the splines are messed up on that thing, I guarantee it.
Yep.
We should take it apart.
Let's do it.
No, we shouldn't, because my son still drives it.
We'll take it apart in our 40,000 subscriber special once he's outgrown it.
40,000 subscriber special. Tell your mom about us.
I know, right?
I would like to thank the donor of this vehicle. If he's watching this and he gets into his vehicle and is like, my chair doesn't fit right.
It was stretched.
All right, so as far as your impressions of the BMW X5M go, do you think the car looked good?
I think it's stylish. I mean, it's got the really nice plastic black paint. It's got working headlamps, which, I mean, that's...
LEDs, too.
LEDs.
Not a lot of vehicles in 2017 had LEDs. They were still using some incandescent bulbs.
I know, right?
A lot of halogens. That's actual LEDs.
Cutting-edge technology.
You expect nothing less from BMW.
Yeah.
You really can't. And you can't beat the finish on the wheels. I mean, that is chromed to the max.
Chromed wheels. And if you'll notice, the brake calipers and the brake discs are both caliper, and they spin with the wheel.
They have chrome brake discs.
That's some cutting edge.
That's not offered on any regular car, as far as I know. I mean, it might just be an electric motor thing. Who knows?
I know. It's fantastic, though.
And, you're talking about the paint. The paint leaves a little bit to be desired. It's got some scratches on it. I don't think it's going to hold up too well in the weather.
Yeah, it's got some dents on the door.
It's used. It's 2017.
It's pretty heavily used.
Yeah, it's a concept car. They don't make those very strong.
Pretty heavily used.
Yes. The side mirrors work.
They do.
I don't think they're glass, though.
Yeah, they're.
I think BMW opted for some space age materials for the reflective surfaces.
I know that's what they use on the space shuttle, isn't it?
Plastics.
I'm sure they do.
They use tons of it in the interior. Usually BMW doesn't really cheap out on the interior. Well, they do in their design. I don't know if you've been in a lot of BMWs, but if you've been in one BMW, you've been in them all. Yeah. It's the same boring interior. They took some risks on this one.
Yeah.
Hats off to them for actually having knobs on the radio.
Yeah. And a one speaker radio system.
That is bold.
Bold.
Daring, I say. But hats off to them. Like I said, it's a concept car. Something I really like about it is the horn. Did you notice how most normal steering wheels, like you push the center of the horn? On the BMW, you push the volume up and down buttons on the steering wheel for the infotainment system, and it triggers the horn.
I'm actually kind of surprised because I didn't realize that while I was driving. I think it's because those buttons were behind my balls and I couldn't reach them.
I do have some concerns about it, though. So, like most electric cars, as far as practicality goes, electric cars, because they have electric motors, the motor's underneath the seats. Now, again, this was a concept car. So, a lot of electric cars, they have a frunk, which is a front trunk. It is just the most funny portmanteau of front and trunk that anyone could have came up with. Just like phablet, a fat-ass tablet. Beautiful. Good wordplay. Anyways, this doesn't have a usable frunk.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I would have expected at least more storage space from an X5. But realistically, the only storage space that has is the small area underneath your legs.
Yeah, you could put a gallon of milk in there.
You legitimately could put a small number of groceries there. I could do a Kroger run in that, provided that I bought nothing that takes more space than 2 gallons of milk.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could put some books in there. Could you could you drive it to the library and drop off some books?
Absolutely.
this electric car, it's very compact.
Yeah.
Very compact. It's a good city car. Parking's not a problem.
Not a problem at all.
And because the motor's really low, the center of gravity is extremely low on that thing. You should be able to drive it pretty daringly.
Yeah,
I bet it hugs corners really well.
It does. The traction is actually remarkable.
Remarkable.
Wow.
Remarkable traction. So electric cars have a bunch of nannies on them. For the wheels, you go too fast, you could crash and die because it's an electric motor. They're strong. They got tons of torque, on-demand torque. This car has none of that.
Nothing.
At all, period. This is about as raw of an electric motor as you can get. How's it perform? Can you have fun in it?
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Can you drift it?
I mean, it drifts about as well as a Mustang.
So BMW is being very daring making this vehicle. Their concept, all-electric SUV. Ford made the Ford Raptor, which from the factory could like jump and shit. How's the suspension on this? Like, is it a race-ready jumping suspension like that? Like, did you do something?
It's even better than the Raptor.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to push you around a little bit on that thing.
Yeah, it's for an electric vehicle, I would have expected it to have more power and torque. I mean, it's not a super usable amount of power and torque. It's really for around the neighborhood puttering. I expected better.
You expected better?
I expected better.
I mean, you were turning heads in that vehicle, though.
I was.
When we were in the parking lot, we met an old man with a walker.
He was flabbergasted by the performance of this vehicle.
He was not flabbergasted. He thought we were being stupid kids.
We were being stupid kids.
I just turned this past Saturday.
Yeah.
I just turned 50.
Cool. Well, happy birthday to you.
I made this part.
Shoot.
It's certainly something.
Whatever.
I love how you told him how old we were. Just two 30-year-olds trying to enjoy ourselves.
Trying to reclaim our youth.
Oh my god, you actually said that to a rando in a parking lot.
What else are you going to do? Be brutally honest and blindside them with the truth. Just like this vehicle's blindsiding us with its practicality.
So, what do you think?
We had a bunch of fun in this thing.
It really did.
Like if I were
every part of me had fun except my balls.
my calves, my thighs, and the fact that it was 110 degrees outside and Greg Abbott's going to kill us.
God, it was so hot.
Still is hot. In all seriousness, man, like, this is not a practical vehicle. You were able to drop some books off, sure, but I had to push you onto the curb.
Yeah. No, it is a perfectly
serviceable car for
it
a
is
5-year-old.
a perfectly serviceable and reliable vehicle if you are 3 to 5 years old.
No, for real though, we are two hefty men, and that thing did not break.
Yeah, no,
like to the credit of Fisher, not Price, they
to the credit of role play,
they crafted something that fat drunk assholes can sit in and break. They can try to break their daughter's Barbie Jeep, and it won't. Like, that thing has had a bent wheel for the last 3 years, and it's phenomenal.
It still runs.
It's phenomenally strong.
Like, it's we abused it pretty hard, and you can tell that it's worse for wear, but it still runs. Like, his boy hopped in it today, and it ran.
Yeah, still works.
Still works. And that's, I mean, if you got a kid, it's treasure. For sure. To be with, in all seriousness, it was worth it.
Yeah, if you find one on the side of the road, parts are super cheap. Like, the motor and transmission together is less than $100. If one's broken and the wheels are on there, it would take almost no time to repair it. I'm sure the batteries are dirt cheap too. I didn't price that up. But if you find one laying around, paint's okay, you can fix it up and get it running for your kids super easy. And what's also really cool is you can do like drill battery conversions on these things.
Oh, that's gotta be fun.
Yeah. So it's a 12 volt DC battery on there. You can convert it to like an 18 volt Milwaukee, or you can go higher. Because I was reading into these a little bit because I kind of want to do it. I'm probably going to do it. I'm going to do it. Do it. It's going to happen. Anyways, we can't say anything more about this. It's got lights. The radio.
Show me how the radio works.
I don't know. It's got knobs on there and a button. Turn the key on. Okay.
Can I see the rake real quick?
No. To conclude this YouTube video, serious takes on everything.
The rake is fixable.
Yeah, that's not trash.
The camera's serviceable.
It's old and sticky.
It's not trash.
I'm old and sticky.
And provided you have children or you want to do dank woolies, it's not trash.
I mean, even if you don't have children, if you had one of those in your backyard with a full battery and you had like parties at your place, people would use it.
Someone would have fun.
You hear that 40,000 RPM motor ramp up and then your buddy goes, wee the whole time.
I like it.
That's treasure in itself.
The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Actually, funny story about the rake. That's one of two tools that my dad has named my brothers.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So my dad has always told me I have two brothers. One is that rake that's broken that I have exploited for this video. And the other is actually older than me.
Oh. What is it?
Murph. You ever met Murph?
I don't remember Murph.
He's a crowbar. Always use a coaster on the table. Bro, that's disrespect. You are not going to disrespect the treasure trash observational stool. It tries. It works hard.